Hello everyone, and welcome to another edition of the Thought Express. My name is Junior, and I'll be your host for today. We're currently live on all social media platforms on YouTube, TikTok, and Facebook at Wyatts.productions, and you'll be able to find us there. And we also hope that you'll be able to give us a follow back and subscribe to all our channels. And if you want to be featured on our next podcast / discussion, you can DM us on Instagram at Wyatts.productions. Before introducing everyone on the podcast, let's take a quick break.
Right here.
Oh my god! Bro, I know what's doing this. No.
Hey, welcome back. My name is Gloriana, and today I'll be the co-host for today. And before we go ahead and get to the topic, I'm going to go ahead and just have everyone kind of like introduce themselves, starting with their names, where they're from, and give out their IG. I'm going to go ahead and start. My name is Gloriana, like I mentioned earlier. I'm from Congo/Angola. And you can find me on Gloriana with AAs at the end.
Hey y'all, my name is Jasmine. I'm from Ghana, and my IG is jasmine.abena with 2 A's.
Yo, it's Quan, Raekwon. Hey, my IG is Spaz Out Q2. I'm from Queens, New York. You know what I'm saying? The best borough. You feel me? If you know, you know.
Yo, my name is Malik. You can find me on IG at Cozy Malik. I'm from Ghana. I'm based in Cincinnati. I'm ready to get into today's topic.
Good. And as I mentioned earlier, my name is Junior, and I'll be your host for today. And let's get into it. And we'll also be reading your comments, so feel free to comment on any questions that you would have. Our podcast topic today will be who comes first, spouse or the kids. What are your thoughts on this topic, Ray?
I ain't gonna lie, man. It's a great topic to talk about. A lot of people don't talk about, who come first in a household, especially a black household. You feel me? But in my opinion, I believe the kids come first. You feel me? Because honestly, I can always find another woman. I ain't gonna cop. You feel me?
Facts.
It's what my dad always used to say. It's 1,000 fish. You feel me? Yeah. Catch one, you can catch two. You know what I'm saying? Red fish, gold fish, blue fish. You know what I'm saying? All types of fish. You feel me? You gonna catch you one. You heard?
That's true.
Facts. What do you think about that, Malik?
I feel like it depends on the situations. There's different scenarios, but to be honest with you, I think the kids are the future. So, that's the way I'd have to lean.
Dang, it's looking like a pattern here or something.
It depends.
I mean, nah, because
the situations are different.
Yeah. That's you know what I mean?
Okay, I guess. What'd you think, Gloria?
Okay, so for me, I'm not gonna lie, I would say the spouse. And the reason that I'm gonna say that, but at the same time, also kind of really do depends though. But the reason why I would say spouse is because before the kids were there, you started off with your spouse. And there is a reason why you chose your spouse to begin with. And at the end of the day, kids, they come and they go. They wanna start their own life and you're just gonna be left hanging. You know what I'm saying? So me personally, I'll definitely say spouse.
For me, it's definitely depends. Cause it depends on the situation. If it's like childbirth, if it's like saving them from a boat, it all depends on the situation for real.
If you had to pick one though.
Yeah.
Like if it didn't depend,
crazy.
if you had to pick one.
I'm gonna stick with it depends with the situation.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Well, that's interesting, but I have to go with Gloriana too. I think it's, in my perspective, for me, I think I would save the spouse just mainly because she was there first. You could always get kids come and go. Like it's not you're gonna have to let them go for college.
Yeah.
You're they're gonna have to build their life without you, and you're gonna start to feel some type of way. I know that's how my parents feel. At least the way I'm moving nowadays, I'm needing them less and less. I don't know if you guys would agree with that, but
I do.
I feel like that's just being an adult. But also, I have a question too. I have a question, basically on the same topic. What if it was a step parent, and what if you had a step parent and then the kids, like which one would you choose? Like,
Wait, what do
So
you
like
mean?
step kids. Like,
So it's
what if you had a stepmom and your dad? What do you think? Oh no, what if you were the dad and your kids had a stepmom? Who would you pick?
Oh,
My kids.
the kids.
my kids.
The kids.
My kids.
That's a whole different thing then.
yeah,
Really?
nah, like,
They're the ones who've been with me through the whole thing.
Yeah.
When the divorce or like if the person dies.
That's good you saying that too, because I mean my parents are divorced, and I know other people like who have divorced parents, and usually when their parents get into argument, whenever the stepdad or the stepmom gets in an argument with the kids, they seem to choose the step parent side. I've just heard about that.
Oh, yeah,
like
that's
in an argument,
those
in an argument.
situations
I don't.
exist.
Yeah, in an argument. I don't know if it's different because of the cultures or something ties around there, but I've just seen that. What do you guys think about that?
Okay, so for me, right, that right there, I'll definitely choose my kids. You know, I don't know.
Yeah, it makes
and
sense.
that just because for me, it's like that's kind of like where I'm at right now. It's like I have a step parent. You know what I'm saying? And it just like as a kid, I would want my parent, you know what I'm saying, my biological father, for example, to be there for me. You know what I'm saying? Because I was there before they even met this other person, you know? So that's definitely my thoughts on that.
Okay.
You had something to say?
I feel like it depends on, again, certain situations with like a step parent, I can't speak to that, but I know there's situations where, the step parent might feel that the kid is purposely trying to come between the parents, or, there's those situations that exist where, it depends on where the root of the situation or the issue is. But yeah, I've seen those situations where you never know, it's the kids that come in between the parents or purposely have agendas.
Yeah, I just find that fun. What would you think about?
Can I say something?
Yeah, you go ahead.
About what you said though, I would say, but that's more on like the step parent side. I'm not gonna lie. You know what I'm saying? Because I feel like
they have a lot of restrictions.
Yeah, they have a lot of restriction, and also like they feel some type of way too. I don't know.
Towards the kid?
Yeah, towards the kid because it's not their kid. And they're going to start treating them different, and they will always try to make them look bad. You know what I'm saying? So that right there to me, nah.
But you see, most people are delusional don't see that.
Yeah, exactly. That's also the problem.
I'm saying this off of experience. I'm not just saying it out of my head.
too.
I've seen, and I've heard about this, whoever this person might be, which is my friend. I don't like to enclose their information, I guess. But they say some that it's really unfair that I hear about their step parents doing to them, and their actual biological mom or dad is taking a side off the step parents, and I'm like, that don't really make sense. Like, because the way I grew up, right is right and wrong is wrong.
Exactly.
So like, you should know. But yeah, that's just my thoughts. What did you think about that, right? Because I know we in the same boat a little bit.
Yeah, because I had a stepdad. You feel me? So it's like he was around for 13 years. So I'm like, he had to earn that respect at first. So I was like, at a time I was like, nah, I don't rock with dude like that. Like, but I had to get adjusted to it. But I seen my mom like a lot of times side with him. And, I guess like for her understanding, for better choices. You know what I mean? So and I couldn't be mad at that because I'm like, okay, he better than us. You know what I'm saying? She listening to him. They working together.
Back.
They working together and stuff like that. So, but not all the time though.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah.
Choosing the stepdad, stepmom all the time is crazy. Like
It
you gotta,
really is.
yeah, that's a goal. Twosies, you feel me?
So if I could,
For real.
So if I could ask you, for that, do you feel like you felt that way at the time, or it's only now looking back that you can say, all right, I can see why certain decisions, didn't go my way, or
I ain't gonna lie. I ain't, as a kid, I wasn't then, I wasn't intellectual like that, intellectual like that. So, but now, like, when I had the time to think about it, I was like, yeah, it was a lot of situations where, like, if they would have listened to me, it could have been, you know what I mean? If they would listen to my sisters, you know what I mean? It could have been 10 times better for us. But my mom chose, you know what I'm saying? Because, he helped us do this, he helped us do that. So I'm like, okay, I guess, you know what I'm saying? Since he paying the bills or whatever, but I could go trap, pay the bills. You feel me? You feel me? So, like, I mean, but yeah, I realized that, like this year probably. No, I'm not gonna say like this year, because I was
growth right there.
Yeah, that's part of the maturity.
Yeah, can I say something regarding to why you asked him?
Go ahead.
So for me, I would say back then till now.
Yeah.
Till this day. Yeah.
So back then to now.
You've always felt that.
Back then till now, I still, feel that.
Okay. Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah.
I don't know why.
Yeah, I just thought.
Because honestly, think about it though. Because if it was the other way around, right? It's kind of like you asking, who would you choose? Your spouse, stepkids, or like the spouse?
That was way
himself?
away from the topic. That was something I brought up though. That was but like to normal. I don't mean to say that, but to just individuals who know what's right from right, they would know that you shouldn't treat your kid this way, or you shouldn't take the side of a step parent. That's a random individual like coming to a kid's life. Like I don't. Yeah.
Also,
that's
especially if they're wrong.
Exactly. Some adults don't look at it at the kid's perspective though.
And also, like, especially like being African, it's just more of like, the grown-ups, they're always right, and the kids are always wrong, bro. That perspective gotta change.
That's why I said it might be a thing to do with cultural differences or something. Like
so there's different angles. Where,
like no offense, like if it's Caucasian listeners or anything like that, but you don't never hear nothing about no Caucasian stepdad being like, nah, like you can't do that, you can't do this. Like they always coincide. Like
exactly.
But with the black household, it's like it's always I'm about to box my stepdad. You know what I'm saying? I don't like my stepmom. Like,
and the kids talk back. They're allowed to talk back. We can't. We talk back.
It's crazy.
And then don't let them get a privilege to whoop you. Oh my goodness.
And not even that too. It's kind of like you just have to sit there and listen to everything they gotta say, and you can't say anything back.
Yeah.
I feel like.
So you're saying it depends on the relationship between the child and the parent.
Yes.
The main parent, and then the relationship. What about the parents where the child has a favorite parent?
What do you mean?
That situation as well, where there's some.
What do you mean by that?
So taking it, maybe generalizing it more, but there's certain situations where some of us might have a parent that you prefer to go to for if you want to ask for something, or.
But that's different.
That's
like off the topic.
Yeah,
but
the topic.
I mean,
but it still go with it a little
because on the same side of the parent choosing between the child and the spouse, the child can look at the two parents and want to be like, all right.
But then it's kind of like.
You're allowed to contradict a statement.
But it's just kind of like, cool, but that's a whole perspective though, like a whole different perspective, because kind of like.
Yeah. It's a different angle.
Yeah.
Because for me personally, like when it comes to like mom or dad, a lot of like, girls, they'll be more close to their, mother than father. And like guys will be more closer to their, their father than mother. Yeah. But I feel like that's just kind of like normal.
You said guys are closer
to
their father.
So I'm closer to my dad.
Am I wrong?
I'm closer to my dad than my mom.
It depends.
My pops be chatting. I don't like that.
It depends because I hear like whoever's nicer is the one you usually talk to. So
okay,
I guess
that makes sense.
Some people their dad are mean. Some people their dads are nice. So they talk to their dad. But you've been quiet. So you got anything else to say about this before we move on? If anybody else got any questions and all that.
No, I was just saying like for me, a situation like stepmom, stepdad, and son. Or a kid, I would definitely pick like I would lean towards my kids because these are the people that's been with me through like everything. Like when I was crying, they was there watching me. It wasn't that random guy that I just married.
I'm talking. I've not heard any of this like from an African kid. It'd be like the American, American. It be like the Americans, black or white or light skin, brown skin, all that. It just be. I just hear it from just literally the American household. I don't hear it from any African, and I don't know how their cultures are like, but that's just something I noticed, and just reoccurring pattern. I just found it weird.
And actually, you saying that is true because I have noticed it. Like as like Africans, they tend to choose their spouse more compared to their actual kids.
Oh yeah, I would not be
That's
surprised.
crazy.
Yeah.
That is
I would not be
insane.
surprised. I would not be surprised.
So if I could ask, everyone in here so far, none of us have kids, right?
Yeah.
So we're coming from the perspective of like, you know, what we've seen and our own personal situations and how we felt with, you know, even if some of us have step parents, some of us have divorced parents, you know, coming from that scenario.
Yeah. I mean, at this point, I don't. No kids are coming, so like, I don't have any need in having any kids at this point. So. But any closing statements or any comments we got on the Instagram?
So someone on Instagram, I'm not about to say your name, but he or she said, I feel like it depends. Because I've heard that a lot of guys have a better connection with their moms because they listen to them more. So do you guys, as men, honestly, do you guys feel like you guys listen to your mom more? Or your dad? Or like, it don't matter to you?
You was like, nah.
Yeah, it doesn't matter to me. Like, I can't even speak for this, I guess more, I would listen to more of my dad just because he been there. If like my biological dad more than my biological mom, just because he's been there more for me. Like he's been there my whole life, damn near. Yeah, basically.
What do you mean by that though?
Like, he's there, like the
But
whole
what about
time.
your mom?
She's not there. That's
How
why
is she not there?
That's
Because I
Because
don't have
sometime-
any memory except one from her. But now that she's like, damn, is it? Never mind. But it's like to the point like she's trying to build back memory that's grown, and it's like it's not the feeling is not there.
Okay.
But like
fair.
I can't really, I don't know. It's just my dad's been there though. He literally, me and my brother, he did everything for us basically growing up. So yeah,
Okay.
I say more my dad.
So can I cut off real quick? So
yeah.
someone else on Instagram, she said, they say successful marriages require the relationship to come first, then parenting second. But I think a mutual respect should be shared between the parent and the child. So what do you think about the first part that marriage requires the relationship come first and
Yes.
then parenting?
Yeah.
It do.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna lie, it do at a certain extent because if you have if y'all talking or if y'all dating and then y'all get married and y'all don't have everything situated before y'all have kids, that's on y'all. You know what I'm saying? You can't put that on the kids, and you can't have backlash. Oh, the kids did this. No, y'all had every chance and every opportunity to do what y'all had to do what y'all need to do to make sure the kid had the best life possible and
have a successful marriage.
Yeah, and if you failed your marriage, because don't blame it on kids. If you failed your marriage, that was on you because you had all the time.
You fail the kid too, because the kid's gonna be missing a role model in their life, either it being the mom or the dad. Yeah. What would you think about that, Malik?
In terms of
The first question, which what was that question again?
What was the question?
The first
question.
side of the question. It was like two parts to it.
Oh, so what she said after?
Yeah,
the relationship coming
part.
first.
Yeah,
The marriage.
So
that it said the
I can
required
see-
relationship to come first. Man,
from the scenarios that I know of, you know, I have close friends. One of my close friends, I'll say, him and the girl together, they have their daughter, and I believe that I've seen that their situation is they always put the relationship first. You know, they have date nights, they have things planned where, you know, there's different moments where they can recognize their relationship and put it to the forefront. And then I feel like when it comes to the child, that's more domestic in the home situations where it becomes situational, the different scenarios. But overall, I do believe the relationship does come first. Initially, of course, but it depends on what situation we're speaking on. But I do believe the relationship has to come first in a marriage.
Yeah.
Yeah, me too.
I'm trying to be on the other side because everybody agreeing on this side. But okay, so put it in this perspective. With the kid, I can't even go on that side because if the relationship fails, if the relationship fails, you
still
damn
got
near
your
failing.
kid, though.
No, you failing the kid too because, like I said, he's missing somebody.
Yeah.
Which he can still be a great individual. If you look at LeBron, he grew up with just his mom, and he's like a billionaire now. So I guess that goes there.
I think that comes with it. Of course, it's not like a ideal situation, you know, but there are those. It depends on the type of person you are too. Where some of us, we might have only had one parent or a main parent in our lives, so you know we kind of trucked on without that other half or that balance. So I feel like sometimes the relationship does come first, like you said. It'll hurt if you divorce. You still gonna hurt the child, but at the same time too, then you focus on your relationship with the child. Facts. So then at the end of the day, how you gonna balance the two?
Right.
And also, and I feel like this is why it's really important to make the right decision of who your spouse can be, you know?
Yeah.
Because if you just get yourself involved with just anybody, then yes, y'all gonna have problems, especially when, you know, kids are there.
Anybody can have problems though. It don't matter if you
But
pick
it's just
the.
more like, it does matter. Though.
No, it don't matter if you pick the right one. It's how y'all go about in a relationship.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying though. Because if you if you're with someone that you guys are easy like to talk it out things together, you know, get into like
anybody's easy to talk it out with.
But I feel
honestly,
No, that's cap.
So I feel like-
That's cap.
Yeah.
So
You
like
don't
for a
think so?
successful
Hold on,
relationship,
I'll go back to you though.
I feel like you guys should learn each other. Like, how does this person tick and how do I fix it?
What if they too hard to learn?
Then you
Then
should
why are you
learn.
with
If you
them?
want to know, if you want to be with them, you should learn them. If you don't,
Yeah.
if you don't want to learn them, then it's obviously
what I'm
you don't
saying.
want to be
1 second. Do you agree with this?
What, agree with that?
Is it too easy? What if it's too hard to learn? Do you think it's too hard to learn somebody? Do you agree with it? Yes or no?
To learn their tendencies. Their
Yes. If they don't, if they
yes
don't
and
let
no.
you in,
If,
Yes.
if they let you in or if they don't,
if they don't let you in, yes.
Yeah.
I
It's
believe
hard to-
Yes.
can you not make them be able to let you in?
Nah, because a person is his own
not
person.
not make them, but like
Yeah.
I mean, yeah.
You shouldn't force your way in
You
though.
Yeah,
go back.
that's what I'm saying.
You go back to what
If
you
it's
were
not
saying.
working for you,
If you ain't
just
forget.
Yeah, go ahead, leave.
It's immaturity though.
Yeah, it's all.
Stop.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
would agree with that. It's maturity. So like, if you're immature to learn your spouse or learn your significant other, then why are you like in this relationship with them? To be honest, because like if like me and you're in a relationship, I would learn how you work, and I wouldn't try to change you because that's who you are. And if I don't find you okay or like I don't like you in that way, then I should go to someone else because that's wasting both of our time.
But most
You can
girls
still
don't
say
do that.
something,
Most girls stay in a relationship and it becomes toxic. Then they break up. Then
But
they get
then-
back together. Break up. They get back together.
not-
I know
okay.
you heard about that.
I have a question.
I know you heard
I have
about
a
it.
question. Are you saying it from a perspective of they're married or they're just
No,
in a
just
relationship?
in a relationship. You could be married and have the same things as just being in a
That's why the divorce is hard though.
exactly in America. Not
Because you know, don't nobody, you know what I'm saying? Everybody like, nah, I ain't doing that. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't want to do that. You know, I'm not cool with that. You know what I'm saying? And then like we're going back to the kids, like, oh, the kids this and the kids that. You ain't doing this for the kids. Oh, well, I'm not about to do this for the kids. You know what I mean? So like, it's messing up everything.
yeah. Question.
All right. Okay, there is a comment that says, good relationship translates to giving kids better life. Even if the parents are not together, fostering a good relationship helps the kid enjoy both parents. And I honestly agree with that.
It's a comment or a question.
It's a comment.
So that means the relationship. Back to the question of do you put your relationship first?
Yeah.
I don't. Do you put it first?
You put it first?
I feel like to an extent.
Yeah.
Yeah, because
So now it's
But
to an
then, okay, this is a
extent.
yes or no
You keep
question.
saying extent, like just
No, like to an extent. So like for my kid to be successful, me and my husband have to be like have a good communication. So if she asks, "Daddy, can I have this?" and you say no, then I shouldn't go back on what you said. So like it kind of depends on like the whole thing.
And that goes back into
Yeah, but-
again, the kids can come in and split because we know the games where you know which parent to go to ask for what, or you know which situation to get what you want. And let's say it's a situation where, all right, you know, your parents might not be talking right now because for whatever reason they have. I mean, they decide, all right, they're ignoring each other. You as a kid, you notice those things. You notice those situations. So again, some kids will take advantage how they can, and you know, you get what you want when you want it.
Okay. Do you guys think it's ever a situation where in a relationship, say you was in a relationship, do you think it should ever get to the point where you're not talking to your significant other for like 24 hours or more? Or
No.
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 like if
Bro, you know my motto for that, bro? If she can go 24 hours without talking to you, that's not your shorty, bro. You gotta double. You gotta let her go. That's not your shorty.
What about second chances?
I mean, everybody deserves a second chance, but like, come on.
So, like, if you're married, right, and your wife literally won't speak to you for 24 hours, you're going to end it.
That's a good way to go about it, though.
Okay, nah, I ain't gonna do that. Okay. But I ain't gonna lie. I don't know what I would do because I ain't, you know what I mean. But I mean, I'll try my best to try to
talk it out.
Yeah, make something work.
So knowing that those situations exist where, all right, argument goes down and two parents aren't speaking with each other, communicating, you already hurting the kids. So how are you gonna put a spouse ahead of the kids? Because if you're already running into that situation, that's rocking the boat.
Right.
Then how are you even gonna be able to say, yo, I put my spouse first ahead of my kids?
Yeah.
All right, you know what? There's like this other comment, and this person said, there is no picking a side on this, LOL. There is just has to be a balance because they are both equally important. So what do you guys have to say regarding to that?
With the topic? Is he talking about the
With
topic?
the comment that they...
Like, there's no...
Yeah, like with the...
It's kind of like the stuff that we've been discussing.
Yeah,
so
it's kind of like her opinion.
on
Like
what
on
we've been
this...
saying.
That we must
topic.
balance for the relationship to work?
Yeah.
Man, that's just knowing right
That
from
there
right, I
should be
guess. Like,
balance.
Almost like a common
I mean,
sense.
yeah,
everything has to have a balance.
Yeah.
I was gonna say 50-50, but that's something that they
What
talk
do you mean
about.
50-50?
No, it's like not like that type, but like it's 50-50 on both sides, like as in
Both have to be putting in.
yeah, I
100%.
don't mean like
But I'm not gonna lie though. Like I even said earlier, right? I would pick my spouse, right? But that's when it comes to choosing, right? But now when it comes to like saving, then I'll save my kids.
Okay.
You get it? So at the end of the day, it really depends on like what scenario, we're talking.
Do we have scenarios?
yeah, we do.
Yeah.
We actually do. But are we done with that topic for right now? Okay, so one scenario that I'm gonna go through is the school dilemma, and we have two individuals who face a tough decision when their child's school event coincides with their anniversary dinner. They discuss the challenges of juggling family commitment and nurturing the relationship. What do you guys think about that? Before I say my own opinion.
My bad.
So there are two individuals who face a tough decision when their child's school event, so like extracurricular or something, it's basically on the same day as their anniversary dinner, and they discuss, and we have to discuss the challenges of juggling family commitment and nurturing a relationship.
So are you asking like where I would go?
So
the
situation is, are you gonna choose between our anniversary dinner
or going to the kids?
Oh, definitely going to my kids' stuff. And the reason I say that is because kids like watch. So like especially when they're younger, if you're showing up and they're continuously, they're like, oh, mommy supports me, daddy supports me. Your anniversary, like it may be on that specific day, but you don't have to celebrate on that day. So like if it's on Wednesday, are you gonna go out on dinner if you have work in the morning?
No, that's tough.
Yeah, exactly. So you pick a different day.
So,
if your kid's event is on Wednesday, I'm gonna be there.
Doesn't that come from prioritizing your time though? Because some people take that deeply to heart, as in their anniversary date. So I'll put that as an example. They probably would take that more deeply than you would just saying you could move this to the next day. Yeah. So I would say, what if they ask you a question like, why didn't you prioritize your time better?
So like,
that's just a question. It's not.
Then let me throw the scenario.
Yeah.
What if it's a fancy restaurant, high class, you have reservations, and those reservations, you cancel it, you're not getting another reservation for the next 3 months.
That's okay.
That's fine with me.
Yeah, that's fine.
But that's just restaurant. Not everybody think the way.
No, like I get that's not how everybody feels. Like
exactly.
I know for me, regardless of the restaurant, my kid in that situation will come first because he or she needs to see me there supporting what they do. Because if you support them, then it allows them to continue doing what they do.
They have many other events to go to though. You could,
exactly. They got 30 million of the school year events.
I think it goes both ways though, because like you could always push back the date of the anniversary, but you could also go to another of your child's events. Like if it was the last one, like the last event happening there, then I'll understand that way. But
so like I'll use my parents for example.
Okay.
So I play like every sport. Like throughout the season, I was playing a sport. So I played I played one sport in the winter, my parents always made sure someone was there to support me. And like there was this girl, her parents never came, but my dad came up for her. But she was like, oh, like it's nice that your dad's there, but I'd rather my mom be there. So like for me seeing that, it's like I'd rather always show up for my kid and certain things like that, because like if you're playing an instrument, I want to support you. If you're playing a sport, I want to support you. And if my husband feels like, oh, that's not right, then we can have a conversation about that ourselves. But for me personally, it's always my kid in certain situations like that.
Me too.
I could go another way with that, as I'm saying people don't have any luxury and don't have the luxury of time for that. But that's not in the scenario. So
let me go around and ask, which one do you pick? Do you pick the school event or the dinner?
If we wasn't able to reschedule the dinner or the reservation and having a more upcoming date, recent date after that we had the one like we were supposed to go to, then I'll definitely go to the dinner, because I'm always gonna be there for my child at the end of the day. It's not like I'm missing them just because of the dinner. I'm just always gonna be there.
Basically, the spouse.
You're picking this.
Yeah, the spouse.
What about you, Rick?
I ain't gonna count. That's a hard one, because it's a lot of times a lot of people ain't come to my games. You know what I mean? And I had to, you know, I had to do it myself. And it was kind of like even like going back on what you guys said, like the last day of the event or whatever.
Exactly.
Like that.
Yeah.
But like even when like my first football game it was the middle of the season. I scored 2 touchdowns, and my people wasn't there to see that. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, damn, that's crazy. Like,
make you feel a type of way.
Like,
yeah.
But at the same time, I was like, okay, you know what I'm saying? When I make it, they gonna understand. You know what I'm saying? They gonna be appreciative, and I'm gonna appreciate them, because they gonna be there for that when I make it. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah,
like,
exactly.
Okay.
They're gonna be there for your whole life, like, for the rest of your life. It's just one, but it is the scenario as well.
Wait, so who did you pick? I'm sorry.
Me, I picked.
Who are you picking?
I'm picking the kids. I'm picking the kids.
Okay.
What about you, Malik?
Oh, I'm gonna be so honest with you. Hey, we gotta go to dinner, bro. If it's a nice restaurant, bro, you're not getting that reservation again. And this, come on, it's events lined up through the school year and everything. Yo, you're gonna have to understand. We gotta put our relationship first.
I feel like so. Like for me, I'm definitely
for the family to survive.
For the family to survive, we have to go on this dinner
That's
date.
what one of the comments said.
You can't rebook this in 2 days.
Not in a fancy
but it
reservation.
doesn't have to be fancy. It doesn't have to be fancy. You can go anywhere.
The situation is
we talking about Roof Crisp. You can always go back to Roof Crisp.
I'm talking about there's only 6 tables in the
Can I
restaurant.
say something?
Yeah.
It's kind of like you can always reschedule it.
Yeah.
Because it's just like there's still a next year.
Yeah.
There's also another next
There's a
year.
next year for your football game. There's the next year.
No, not really though. Not really.
So like for his example, like his touchdown, I would want to see that. If I'm sitting at dinner, we're just talking. Like I could talk to you in my bedroom. Like it's not that deep.
And it's kind of weird coming home being like, "Hey, yo, I scored 2 touchdowns."
Yeah.
They're like, "Oh, for real? Yeah, you niggas wasn't there. I couldn't." You know what I'm saying?
They can watch it on video.
Feel me?
But that's not the
That's
same.
real.
That's
That's
it.
real.
No, like,
But okay, yeah, that's not the same. It hit different when you actually arrive to your anniversary dinner the same day, same time, and
Yo.
you right there the same like it's you right there the same day. Like a year anniversary, and you right there the year anniversary. Like you're not late. You didn't have to reschedule nothing. It's still different than
But it's
just
always a Saturday,
rescheduling.
though.
Right.
You feel me? It's always a Saturday though. You feel me? Or a Friday.
Yeah,
or
okay, I have a
Sunday.
question. Yeah, like, I have a question. What if your anniversary is on a Monday?
That's crazy.
What
Are you
about
gonna do your
will you
dinner
still do your
That's
dinner
cool.
on
What
Monday?
about the Monday?
Yeah, that's fine. That's why I go back to prioritizing your time, like time management. Like,
Of course.
just get everything out the way and still do it on Monday.
Initially, of course, common sense.
Of
We
common
should
sense,
already
yeah.
be aware between the scheduling.
Yeah.
Like, hey, is this dinner landing on that
You wouldn't
event?
pick
But
Monday.
At the same time, too, we remember being in school. There was last minute events. Sometimes you don't even tell your parents about something happening.
But
till
then that's
the day
different.
No, so like let's say it's like football. So they have like a set schedule.
Of course.
And you know that. Why would you put your dinner on that day?
That was the day the table was ready. that was the day the
day.
table was available.
That's crazy.
But like for
Yeah.
me, it's like
They do got
my
set
kid will
schedules,
see everything I do, and your spouse should understand that. Oh, if his football game is at this time, we should do it on a different day, regardless on if it's like our special day. But you can make any day your special
hold on.
day for real.
Happy wife, happy life. Right?
Yeah.
Say that.
Yeah.
Am I right?
Yeah.
So we go out to eat, we go out nice dinner. You know, you do your thing, you have mommy daddy time. Then you come home. Your child's gonna have to understand, we gotta strengthen this so that everything else is smooth, everything else is good.
Okay, so from Instagram, HapkyZ.40, she said to a kid, it's like mom and dad chose themselves over me. If you talk to your spouse, they should understand. How do you, since a lot of you guys were like against what we were saying, what do you guys think about
If
that?
you talk to your kids, they should understand too.
Ooh.
I'm gonna be honest with you.
That's crazy.
Shouldn't they? Like, I mean,
So, like,
but
if your kid is sick, you expect them to understand that?
No, but
Okay, now
let me
that's
get let me get to that. Let me get to that.
That's different.
Let me get to that. If your kid doesn't understand, you could also show up to something else that he's having. Like, it's not like, but if that's the last game of the season, I understand where that comment coming from. But like I said, talk to your kid, he understands.
So like, if you're saying talk to your kid,
I would understand if I was a kid. So
if you're 6 years old and you're expecting mommy and daddy to be at your
the
game,
kid's not gonna care if you're at the game if you're 6. If he's 6, he is.
They look at everything.
What? Yes.
Yes, they do care.
If I was 6, I don't know if I care.
Bro, like for instance, my nephew,
You
he played
would.
football, bro.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
And when I didn't show up because the game was in Dayton, little bro was like, bro, why you ain't come up? Why you ain't come? Why you ain't come to Dayton? I expect you to be there. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I was like, bro, you 6? How you know I ain't? You feel me?
Oh, okay,
Yeah,
okay.
But he, to go on.
Cause I got a 6-year-old brother. He ain't care if I was at the game. He did a little flag football. He didn't care if I was there or not. It just.
I mean, certain kids is different though. Certain kids. Is different.
I think I'm different. So.
And I'm gonna be honest with you, looking back, when you a kid, there's a lot of things you don't understand until you grow up and you be like, all right,
That's
y'all
what I'm
got
saying.
it. Like, all right, fair enough. Y'all had to go there's only one anniversary, so you're gonna celebrate that one night of the year. And then you have the other 364 days to your kid.
Right.
Nah, bro.
Okay.
But I understand the other side though.
So we have a comment from YouTube.
Yeah, we have a comment from YouTube from Kojo Stain. And this is what they say. As much as anniversary are important, nothing beats showing up for our kids on anniversary days. There is no choosing whether it's step parent or biological.
I agree.
Yep, me too.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's fair
I'm real.
Hey.
No comment.
No comment is crazy.
I do agree on your side though about me and to the kids. Like to the
Hey,
kids.
if the Pee Wee football is better than the Nobu Day, hey, hope.
No, why I gotta
No
be
stress,
Why I gotta be
It
Pee-wee, though?
can be any type, man.
Yeah.
I guess.
Hey.
But anybody.
But when you want to see your son get
Well,
his
of
first
course.
touchdown?
Of course.
I wouldn't schedule my anniversary date dinner at that same day he got his
But
first.
you never know though.
Listen,
But it's
bruh.
the scenario though. That's what I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
I know what it's just the scenario we was put in. So to go through.
Mhm.
Well, any last comments on this topic?
Hey, we're gonna be eating good. I'm gonna be honest, yo.
Oh, good.
One night of the year.
So-
Said happy wife, happy life.
I have a comment from Instagram royalty.royalty18. She, I believe, said, if you're missing this one, you're probably going to be comfortable missing the other ones, and they will start to notice a pattern.
And that's true.
That's false. That's false.
You know what I'm saying? Yes, sir.
I do not agree.
What?
You can't be that careless as a parent. That's gonna break a relationship. You break
No.
your bond.
My
You
bad.
talking about a kid. You talking about with the kid, right?
Yeah,
If you miss one, you're gonna miss every. That's
Yeah,
So
you
like
start
you'll start
noticing-
I missed this one. It's cool.
with a responsible parent. That's not gonna be a problem. Like you're not gonna miss. It's not gonna form a pattern with that. I think so. With a responsible parent and you active in your child life, even if you did miss one, you're not gonna miss all of them, or just keep missing certain ones. Being inconsistent with your child, because you're gonna be breaking a bond in its life. I'm pretty sure. So
if we're using responsibility or whatever,
yeah.
a lot of us are in school or
Yeah.
been through school, right?
See-
and you
see,
missed the
I-
class, right?
Yeah.
You missed
There's
the class,
that
right?
little
And you
free
felt
slope.
comfortable doing that. And you're like, for me,
Yeah.
I'm not even gonna lie. I missed psychology because I was like, it's whatever. I missed day 1, day 2, day 3. The rest of my semester, I never went once after that, except for exam days, because obviously you have to be there. But that's still a responsibility, isn't it?
Yeah. No, it's not responsible because you missing class.
No, I'm
Oh,
saying
you
that's
said
my
you-
responsibility to be in class,
Yes,
right?
yes.
But it's kind of the same thing. So like if I missed one, you're saying that, I probably shouldn't, like I know I shouldn't do it, right?
Okay.
I know I shouldn't be missing class, it's so like it's a pattern now. Like, oh, when class comes, I can just
Right.
sleep in.
Yeah,
So it's kind of
that's
like my
true.
kid. If like I miss this one time, I'm like, oh, he probably don't see it that. Like he don't care.
But that's because
Considering what you guys are saying that they don't see when you guys are not there. So then you're like, oh, they don't see that, so I can miss another one. I can miss another one. And at the end of the season, you missed all of it.
But that's consequence, though. If you don't face the consequence for that decision, then you're obviously gonna keep repeating. But like as a parent, once you see the result is all right, you're getting distant from your child. Then obviously you have to step up and go out of your way and make that effort to bring that bond back. But
you're saying like. Oh, like it's basically gonna be a recurring thing that you miss.
Because you can easily get into a habit, be like, oh, let's say something came up, you're like, oh, my kid, they'll understand, like, I don't really have to be there all that much.
You saying this is like a specific, like it's gonna happen, basically?
No, I'm saying it's not like it's going to happen, but it could happen.
it could.
Oh, I don't know any careless parent like that. I ain't
Just
gonna
like
lie.
people are addicts, bro.
I don't know
one
like
time.
that.
It's like it's like,
Consistently missing, because I was an athlete, but like just consistently missing your kids' event, I don't see that any parent doing that. But that's just me looking from right versus right and wrong.
There's two parents in the household, of course.
But if there was
What
one,
if there's
So
one?
then that's where that situation, I can speak to where sometimes, your parents got to work. They got to hold it down. They got to survive, whether it's an event or maybe they decide to go out. Again, your parents are your parents. They have their life. They got to survive.
facts.
So, yeah.
anybody got any last thoughts on that before we move to the next scenario?
I was just gonna say,
Go ahead.
let me throw something out there.
Go ahead.
So what happens if you got, you got both parents in the household, but only one parent continuously show up to everything? You know what I'm saying?
We didn't touch on that.
Yeah, we did.
We didn't touch on that
I
yet.
was gonna say, damn, my bad. But what have they? It was only one, but the other one is always making an excuse on why they can't come, or work, or this. I gotta go take care of this, but like the mom or the dad always showing up, but not, okay. For instance, like the mom always showing up and the dad not helping with nothing. You just like, okay, you know what I mean? Like, oh, they got a game.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, tell me about it when you get home.
The scenario where like one parent wants to,
one doesn't.
yeah.
So, like, I would say that is kind of, like, on them. So, like, if, like, my dad's always coming to my games and my mom's not, I'd be like, oh, I wish you came here because this happened. Or, like, oh, I made my first 3-pointer, or I did this. Like, I rather my mom be there because, like, for example, my mom worked at 5. If she got off at work at 5, my game started at 6. My mom never came because she said it was too far. 30-minute drive. But it's nothing on her. Like, I'm cool with it. But like
back.
some people are not. Like some people would rather their mom and dad be there both to support them as a unit.
Yeah.
Okay.
For me, I wouldn't really mind. Like, if it's either just my mom or my dad, I wouldn't mind. What really matter is just the presence.
Yeah.
That's really what it is.
All right.
So everybody cares if their parents show up to their game? I'm just asking.
Yeah,
Of course you care.
of course.
but
Am I not the only one that don't?
in a realistic world, I mean, nah.
yeah.
I'm with
That's
you,
why
bro.
you
I'm
don't
with
care.
you, though.
I don't know. It's not like you got to do your best at everything you go through. So I mean, you go through, and you got to play the cards you was dealt, basically. So like, I don't know. I don't know. I don't feel a need for them to be there, but it would also be nice for them to be there. But again, I will be nervous when they're gonna be there because I'll be like, oh, I missed this layup, it's wide open, or I missed this 3. Then they're gonna be looking at me like, oh, he's trash. He's not gonna show up again. Like,
Oh, wow.
they're not gonna. If you do some flunky stuff and like you better than that, then they're gonna look at you like, oh. I mean, I don't think they will, but like
You would feel
rhetorically, like I don't know. When I was little, I think my parents showed up one game. I used to be all nervous and stuff. But now, if they was to show up to a game and I'm playing, they wouldn't want to see that side of me because like I talk a lot, like trash talking and stuff.
Yeah.
What do you mean?
Like trash talking, like to the opponent.
You're not
Like,
gonna act the same.
yeah, I'm not gonna. I'm not. And
Wait,
that's like
what sport are you talking about?
basketball.
So at basketball, you go up for a layup or you break somebody ankles. You're gonna be
like-
like, you're gonna talk how you want to talk in front of your.
But like,
boys.
yeah, little guy just talking
know?
all that. Like, but yeah, that's just me
Okay.
though.
That makes sense. Okay.
But it's good. It's nice. Yeah, I think differently from what I think though. It's good.
I'm
that
with you,
you're
though.
that
Don't worry.
expert. But okay, we can move on to the next scenario, and that's
Hit us with another one.
two individual again. They have a newborn and sleepless, and they're having sleepless night, and that's become a normal thing for them. And basically, want to get your output on that.
I'm sorry. Say
What's
that
the
again.
question?
So they just had a newborn, and they've been having sleepless night, and that's become a normal thing for them. They share their experience of trying to support each other during this exhausting times while ensuring their baby's needs are met. So, how would y'all? Damn, that's like it's like a right.
So it kind of speaks to a situation where, like, you know, if you got a crying baby at night, you know, middle of the night, which parent is going to be the one to drag themselves out of bed to go?
Oh, is that what it is?
And then which parent is the main one that only drags themselves out of bed to go attend to your parent, you know?
I would say for that type of example, make a schedule.
Yeah.
So like if I'm gonna be up at night, you should allow me to sleep a little bit early in the day. So or if he's gonna be up at night, I'm gonna try to like if the baby's up by like 6, I'm gonna let him sleep in and do what I have to do with the baby. Or like if they want to switch it, that's on them. I don't really care. But like make a schedule. If the baby wakes up, you guys like babies, you learn their patterns.
Yeah.
If you wake up at this specific time, so maybe the whole night I have him or her, and then during the day he has him, so I can sleep more. If that makes sense.
Okay.
Yeah.
I feel like this is a self-explanatory thing, like what you said. It's like answer basically everything.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm like, cause nigga, I'm shot. You feel me? I ain't got nothing. You feel me?
But yeah, I think I don't really have too much to say about that. Anybody else want to drop a little something?
It's hard to discuss. You know, we don't have that experience.
It's not even just about having that experience though, because like you said, if she was to come home back from late from work and the significant other was still up, I mean was still at home the whole day, you would think he would be the one to take care of the kid, not you coming back this late. So it's
a lot of people that say that like they significant others don't though. Like,
exactly.
Yeah.
That's right from right, wrong from right. I don't know. It's just like
if you don't mind, I'll ask, how would it make you feel some type of way if you notice, all right, you might be the main parent
for sure
that's attending these different needs, for sure, or being the first one to attend these different needs? Would that make you feel some type of way?
So I would definitely bring it up in conversation. Like, oh, babe, I realize like I'm always the one taking care of this, but this is our child, so we should both be doing it. And if he has a problem with it, then like at the end of the day, my kid needs to be supported, so I'm gonna do it. But like I'll at least talk to him about it first.
Yeah. Anybody else got any closing statements on that?
Nah.
I agree to everything y'all said.
Cool. Can move on to the next scenario. This is gonna be a question about quality time. Or any comments and stuff on Instagram or YouTube?
Oh, no.
Nah, we good. You can go.
Okay. Our next scenario will be again 2 individuals. They both have demanding careers and struggle to find quality time together. So they both have 2 careers and they struggling to find quality time together. They explore the importance of carving out moments for themselves amid their hectic schedules. So basically,
I was gonna say, bro, like I just went through that.
Yeah.
Like, I was in a relationship, like, and I was supposed to go to North Carolina and play ball, and she wanted to be, a dental, hygienist, and I was like, I can't, you know what I'm saying? I can't. Me personally, the way I know, like, the way you go to school and you play sports in school, it's demanding. I'm like, I try to break up with her. I was like, I ain't got time. You feel me? I'm not gonna have time to do what you want me to do for you. So, and I mean, was I wrong for that though? Like for saying that?
I don't think you was, but you basically. But I'm gonna look from her side. You're basically looking at your benefit. You're not looking from her.
You kind of just saw a problem and was like so quick to end it.
Oh, but I try like mapping it out.
Conversating.
Yeah.
Okay.
I try mapping it out, but it was like FaceTiming is trash, bro. When you 5 hours away, like FaceTiming is trash. Like come to the games, chill. But we can't do that because you 5 hours away, 6 hours away. Like, so I was like, you know what? And then I'm like, I don't know what you doing in Ohio, but I'm gonna be in North Carolina. That's crazy. Like I'm be up. You feel me? Like I don't got time for all that.
Would you accept the fact if she moved to North Carolina with you?
Yeah, I offered that. Yeah, I offered that.
It's not that easy.
It's not.
Wait,
Here, no,
what?
it's not. It's not.
Yeah.
though.
I feel like in a situation like that is like create a balance. So like if you know like you go to so like let's use my profession, my career. I want to be like work in the hospital. So that's like never like the same. But if I know like my husband has his lunch at 11:30, I'll try to do mine around the same time so I can at least FaceTime him and we can have a conversation. Or like, which would be kind of like a virtual dinner or lunch. So try to find a balance within like your schedules and then try to work from there.
That makes sense. What you gotta say, Malik?
I don't know. I feel like it just depends on how you two came together and came to be initially, because in order to be speaking or get to that point, you have to have balanced out your schedules. How are you communicating in the first place? And then how do you continue that on? How do you keep that going? And again, of course, as you level up in career and work, schedules can change, things can move different, but I feel like you're going to have to find the time to either put your career first or spouse ahead.
Oh,
you might have to, There's
career
certain situations
first
where
or
you might
spouse
have
ahead?
to.
Yes, that's what I was saying.
Yeah.
No, but career first or spouse ahead. You had to. Oh, you saying we have to pick? We got to pick one.
It might lead to that because.
But where's the balance?
Wait, what was it?
There's of course, I'm saying initially to get together, you had to have
question.
balanced it. But as you level up and as you go up in your career, your individual careers,
You're gonna have to pick one.
you're gonna eventually, if you can't balance the schedule anymore, things get, again, the boat starts rocking. How are you?
Yeah, that's
gonna
gonna be
have to
agree
decide.
with that because y'all said something about
There's
balance.
that
That is
situation.
hard.
Y'all said something about
Yeah.
balance.
So, like,
Yeah.
naturally everything's always going to change. Like once you have like you guys could be a solid rock, then you have a baby. That's something that changes because they're new pattern. Every time you always have to find a balance, whether if it's like that. So if it's like we both free on the weekends or both free just on Sunday, then we can use Sunday as like our day.
Yeah.
We shouldn't have like outsiders, like unnecessary things conflicting our day. Or like even if it's like going to bed a little later so you guys can have like an hour to each other.
Yeah. So I'll throw this at you. What if you one person in the relationship is a business owner, entrepreneur, and another person might be a career person? And how do you balance that? Because I don't know, there are business owners where if it's a never ending, it's 24/7.
Exactly.
So again, you're gonna have to figure out how to balance it. And if you can't,
So like, are we choosing either
you
your
might have to,
career or
yeah.
your
No,
spouse?
You can.
You guys brought up balance in it. You're gonna have to balance it. What we're saying, what he's saying.
So if you're forced to choose
you
between,
have to choose between the career relationship. Yes.
which one would you go
Man, that's
for?
really hard.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? though, like,
That is really hard.
That's basically what his.
Let's
my
say for
God.
the scenario that you
Yeah.
both level up, or
Take
maybe
it paid.
one person,
Because
if
your
you wanna,
career,
You
you
can't,
need your career,
but you need your significant other, right? Or you don't. I mean, yeah, you don't. But like,
hey, be honest.
Okay.
if you don't need them, that you
To
didn't.
me,
You didn't
honestly,
love
it depends. If we're trying our best to have a balanced relationship, even though that we still got our careers and it's very tough, that's okay. But if it's like it's not working between us, then career it is.
them. Nah, we didn't say if it wasn't working. We said
we just
career. Or
If it's
relationship.
hard to make it work,
Yeah. Then you
Then
go
I'll
career.
So
choose
just all
career.
that 5 years, you just
So
down the
you're throwing
drain.
the
I
6
think I
years
kind
down
of
the
agree with her
drain.
though.
yeah, for real.
If I realize like our schedules are so conflicted, I'm gonna at least try first to make communication. And if the communication's not working and I start seeing myself pulling like all the weight, we might have to end for real because like if you're not putting the effort that I'm putting in, that means you're putting yourself first. So I gotta do the same thing.
As a guy, I don't agree with your statement. So I wouldn't be that quick to give up on a relationship.
But then again, we're not saying that we'll be quick to give up on a
And
relationship.
you did. You said if you
No,
feel yourself
I'm-
pulling away, guys, I don't feel myself pulling away if
For
I'm
me-
away.
But for me to feel myself being pulling away is because, okay, I've been to that point that, I've tried to communicate. We tried so many things to make it work, but I did not.
What
And
if
that
that
is
was?
why-
What if that was your what they call it? Like, what if that was your
soulmate?
yeah, your soulmate? Yeah. What if that was? But you didn't know that. So you willing to throw them
So
away?
is
to
that
get-
us dating or we are married?
No, like you gotta first start
What
off dating your
situation do you
soulmate.
prefer?
Because if we were married,
Mhm.
then you like we can definitely make it work out.
Yeah, you can't
But if
break
we're
it up
we
with
can.
divorce.
But if we're dating, it's kind of like you don't know because y'all can end up
That's what
not
I'm
even
saying. Yeah.
end up
what
together.
What if you don't know that's your soulmate at the time, but when y'all do break up, you
But then
find
you
out there's
gotta go-
nobody like them,
you gotta go with what would be best for you.
and you just gonna give up with nobody being like them. You just gonna.
But hold on, June, because when I said that, they was looking at, no, you tripping.
I know.
I
I
agree
feel like
with
you should at least attempt a balance. If you're not attempting a balance and like automatically clicking to break up, then what was the point of even doing it? But I would rather try to find a balance between like if we can make it work or if we cannot, or like if we can find like a day or like an hour or like some time for us, then yeah, I'll be cool with. It might suck for a little bit, but you'll get used to like this is our day. He or she will make everything perfect that moment.
But then again, what if it's not working? What would you do?
Because balance don't always work. You can
That's
have
what I'm
balance,
saying. What if it
but
doesn't work? What would you
So
do?
like if like we tried one thing and it didn't work, obviously we tried something else.
What if
that's
that's
something
something
else.
else?
Okay.
What
That's a
if
good
that
rebuttal.
something else also doesn't work?
Yeah,
I feel like you should, if the relationship is important to you enough, you'll keep trying something new
course, yeah,
each time. But like if you kind of already out, like 1 foot out in the relationship, if something comes, obviously you'll be like, well, bye. But like if you obviously care about that person and you feel like love between each other, then you'll keep working it. Because like if you were married, are you just gonna divorce them that second? Or are you gonna try?
But then that's
Obviously
different though
try,
because
you know.
y'all
we're
married.
married. It's like
That's
you gotta go through a lot of
different.
paperwork.
No, but like at our age,
Not even the paperwork.
Yeah, it is
like
the
at
paperwork.
our age right now, most of us like we're in our 20s, so very soon we're getting married. So when if you're dating someone for fun at this point, chill. But like basically, like we're gonna get married hopefully around this decade, right? So like if you're dating someone, you shouldn't just be dating them for like the minute a second like something bad happens, then you'll leave. Because if you keep doing that, then nobody can suffice.
That sounds like immaturity, though.
But
then then you're calling yourself immature.
Okay.
But then it's just like y'all dating though. It's just like why I
You can
get
get
that. Huh?
I was gonna mention you can get to a point even in dating where your lives are intertwined. Like
Yeah. But it's just like y'all really not working out and it's just like are you really gonna waste each other time? You know what I'm saying? Whether like you going or separate and focus on your career and find someone that, you know what I'm saying?
that's fair.
You get it. That's like when it comes to dating. That's why I say I would prefer my career. Because at the end of the day, me choosing you and then a day you wake up and you don't want to be with me anymore. And it's just kind of like, damn, I put my all into this. You know what I'm saying? Like, and no. So, but like if we're married, that's a whole different thing because we're together. And no matter what we are going through, we're gonna make it work.
Okay.
So that's my perspective on
What
that.
about the people like, for instance, like the husbands or the wives that's like they feel conflicted when their spouse is like too busy in their career, or they, you know what I'm saying, they too like they ain't got time for this and they can't make no time because it's like all their time is demanded at where they need to be.
Okay, to me, you can make time.
No.
You can make time.
With okay, NBA, NFL. What are you talking about? Make time. We can't make time.
You
for
can
their
make
girls?
time.
Yes, but
seriously.
They make time to cheat on people, so they obviously have time.
But that cheating
That's
is
during
different.
the
It's in and out. You
But that's
talking about
during-
quality
Nah.
time with your during the season? You think they can't? Like
Listen.
It's
So,
80
So like
games.
stuff like that.
So you have time to
Eighty-
do that, but you
You
don't
play
have time to be
sports.
No,
with your girl.
but
Speak to it.
listen, cheating is not. You're not gonna be chilling with a girl that you cheating on
You
for more
are,
than
though.
1, 2,
no,
3
but you
hours.
have the time to
do
cheat.
that.
But it's different than spending quality time with your girl, is it not?
No,
Like,
but like that's still time. So let's say you were there for an hour. That's an hour
Time
you
you
can be
could
with
be
your girl. But no, you're out here cheating, so you make time
Yep.
for that.
Only
so
an hour?
regardless, you always have time. You might misuse
You gotta
it. That's
use it.
on you.
You gotta use it wisely.
So,
Listen.
Raekwon, you can speak to it.
Yeah, go ahead.
Look, man. So even though like, okay, you can make time, yes. But during the season, you really don't have no time. Like it's like 2 pumps you out. You know what I'm saying? Like
real
Like-
disciplined athletes, they're not gonna have any time.
yeah,
like,
like it's like you in and out. It's like a burger. You feel
Okay.
me? You ain't got no time.
Then why just be with someone if you don't got time?
I mean, because people don't know how to leave. You You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah,
People don't know how to leave.
What?
Certain people don't know how to leave. You can't just like.
They like that toxic relationships.
And then some people like if the girl is like or if the guy's benefiting you so much, you're like, why should I even leave? Because like if I need something, he's gonna provide. So why leave?
Well then,
and they just accept
you're
the
gonna
fact
have
of
to
being a
accept
side piece. Damn, that's wild.
That's deep. Ain't gonna lie.
Any comments?
So like I would say so royalty.royalty18 from Instagram. She said there's no way you're busy 24/7, 7 days a week. I bet.
agreed.
I wouldn't know. I'm not in their position, but I'm just saying, like, just to think of them playing 81 seasons in a span, I think 3 to 5 months or 6 months, I think, out of the whole year. I don't, and sometimes during the off season, it's like they're still working out basically, but they're with their family during the off season. And it goes to 6 to 8 or like 9 months probably if they go to win a championship and all that good stuff. But that's I wouldn't know. I'm not in their position. So.
And then,
but if you want to be great at anything, you gotta devote 100% time to
110%,
130. You know what I'm saying? You feel me? You can't just like
To what?
anything
to a specific
like,
career.
Yeah,
like as we talk about
to your career.
Yeah, like because I get that.
It makes sense.
You have a sliver of time, but that might be the time to like eat. You know what I mean? Like
Rest.
I can't.
You can eat with your spouse.
Wow.
That's,
Wow. That's like.
Yeah, y'all can eat together.
what if she don't like what you eating? Because
She can eat what she want to eat, and you can eat what you want to eat.
She take 30 minutes to pull up. My eats is over. I'm done. You know what I'm saying? I've been done. By the time you came, I bye. I love you. See you later. You know what I'm saying? I'm about to go back to work. I can't stay right now. You know what I'm saying? But
what y'all saying do make sense though. Like
and then,
there's 24 hours in a day. So.
Yeah.
Nana Quado said, "Put your career first, or holla." I don't know what he said after that, but he's basically saying, "Put your career first."
Put your career first.
Yeah.
That's what I actually heard a lot of research. I forgot who the main person was, but he said females put nowadays females put their career first instead of trying to find their significant other, which I somewhat agree with that. I'm not a female, so I can't really talk too much on that. But I've just heard that female tend to put their career first before trying to find their significant other. Then it gets to a point where they get older and now nobody wants them.
So I would kind of like I understand why people do that, especially like the career that you're going to. So like a lot of med babes, they're like, oh, I'm gonna do this, and then find a boyfriend because like at the end of the day, this is like what you want to do. A guy can do whatever he wants and have a girlfriend. But like if I got pregnant, it's on me and my baby. Yeah. I would have to leave school or have to try to find a balance, but you can keep going to school perfectly fine.
So you think it's still gonna be the same with never mind. Go ahead.
Okay, if I'm gonna challenge that, I'm gonna say there's certain situations where, like for example, if you own a business, right? You might start your day 7 a.m., something like that, early. Then you go through your day. You might not end your day till 10, 12 hours later. So that's where I feel like certain situations where I don't know how to phrase it, but like picking your career first or getting everything done and completed in life, it's like, all right, y'all two, you can do all that, but you still gonna have to come and find somebody to balance into your life.
Yeah.
But I feel like the earlier you get that done, the better. Than to get to this point where now your life is filled with career and maybe you want to do business on the side or you have other things in life, but you're going to eventually get to a point where career might take over your chance at moving around, finding love or, finding that person to come share.
That bond, like the amount of years you spent doing on your work that you could use to you could use to build that bond with somebody, and that's gonna come from you. Like that's gonna maybe be your wife, so you have to have a bond from getting a wife.
You said maybe you're not sure.
Maybe and what? Like they what do you mean?
Of course it's maybe.
You said maybe, but you're not sure.
It don't matter how long you been with somebody, they can't still be your wife. Like something might happen and they might not be.
So you'll date someone for 5 years and like not seeing a future with them. that what you're trying to say?
There's certain people like that. I'm not saying specific.
Oh,
I mean, 5 years, you keep dating them for 5 years and they can still cheat on you. Now you're not with them though. So what?
No, I'm saying like, let's say you and Gloriana were together for like mad years.
Okay.
You see no future with you. You're gonna continue a relationship
for mad years. How long is the years?
Let's say 5. Like since you guys been in high school, and you guys are like,
I've heard high school.
Not even high school, bro.
I've heard. I've heard high school sweethearts already. They broke up as soon as they was out.
No, that's not my question though. For real. I'm saying like, let's say you guys are together for mad years, and you guys are like 25.
Okay.
Are you gonna keep dating her if you don't see a future with her?
No. I would still keep dating if I don't see a future, but it's gonna come.
I'll be honest.
You're gonna keep dating her if you don't see a future.
If I don't like her, then I'm not gonna keep dating her.
That is
crazy. But it speaks back to what you mentioned.
Are you serious? This is why I'm saying I'll pick my career.
No, but like, why would I break up with somebody I like, but I don't see a future just because?
Why are you together?
You are wasting their time.
All right, so I'll be honest.
So you can't date them till you see that future and see that future.
If after dating you for 5 years, if you don't see a future in me, why are you still together with me? Just because the benefits I give you?
It's just because y'all love each other. It don't mean.
But you don't see nothing.
Go ahead.
So if y'all don't love each other,
okay.
I mean, if y'all love each other, then why not wife her up?
Listen. Here, I'll give you a different perspective.
When you divorce them, they get the whole house and shit. They get money.
Why are you thinking about divorce when you're trying to be with someone? Why would you think it's such a negative?
He said, wow.
No, but like if you're seeing, if like you and her have been together for a minute and you like see her as your wife.
If I see her as my wife.
But you're saying if you don't see her as your wife, you're still gonna keep dating her.
Yes. Well,
that's wasting her time.
If she likes me too, then we're gonna keep dating. Like if she likes me too back after that 5 years, I'm still gonna keep dating.
It goes back to what you said though, where like you made a comment that dudes, we could just do what we want to do. We don't have to worry about like whether or not you don't have to worry about kids, or you don't have to worry. We're allowed to just do what we want to do. But that's not the case. Sometimes as a man, you focused on survival, you focused on waking up every day, getting to it, you focused on progression. You're focused on a lot of these different things to where, all right, yes, I love you, I like you, but I gotta make sure that we are good.
Yeah,
now.
It's not
My
there
focus
yet.
is on making sure we good.
Fact.
You're not an afterthought, but the focus is survival. As a man, that's what you focused on in the meantime.
So on Instagram, babe, I'm so sorry I keep messing up your name, but hezy.40, she said, do you date to marry or just to date?
To marry, I mean,
Then why do you think like that?
Because y'all saying like, okay, we just gonna use 5 years. It's up to me when I could see a girl to marry her. I'm not. She's not. You trying to make it seem like it has to be a specific time or
no.
It doesn't.
I'm saying like, are you gonna date her? So like, are you dating her just for fun? Because that's what it sounds like. Because you said if you don't see a future with her, then
that's a waste of time.
That's what we're saying.
Nah, that's definitely not what y'all saying. But yeah, I'm dating to marry. It's not. That would literally be a waste of time. I'm in my 20s, again, pushing 25 right now. So
yeah, so like that's the example. So then I thought for what you said, then you're wasting her time and your time even.
If she feels like her time is being wasted, then she can leave.
All right. So it's just the benefits.
No. But I ain't like, okay, listen, I wasn't going to say nothing. I ain't gonna lie. But no, it's not that. It's not that. Not at all. Not at all. They it's like I can like you, I can want to be with you, but then that's it.
Exactly.
So it's like
I don't want
here's
to
the
marry
thing. It's like you focus on
for
your
the
career.
moment. Yeah, for the moment.
That is a waste of time. But anyway, let's go ahead and read this comment on YouTube from Kojo Stain. He said this: the problem of quality time must be solved on an individual level first. If a person does not prioritize quality time for themselves, it will always be a challenge in a relationship. And that is true. Though.
So he's saying pick yourself first before the relationship. Is that?
Is that what he's mentioning?
Find time for yourself
first.
And then
Yeah.
find time for the relationship.
Yes.
So then in that finding time for yourself, your career is part of yourself. So that's one way to look at it.
Yeah, that's one way to definitely just say pick your career.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
He didn't say all of that.
Your career don't. I mean, I guess your career don't have nothing to do with you finding time for yourself, though.
I mean, he's
So what
basically
do you
saying,
think,
right?
Jojo?
You gotta
Me,
find
myself.
in order for you guys to make things work between y'all, you need to be able to find time for yourself, figure out what you can
Oh,
do,
yeah,
like what
I
y'all
agree.
can do. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I agree with that.
To,
Not the career side. I agree with. I
whatever.
agree with you. But next, if everybody got everything they need to say, we can move on to the next scenario, which is the sibling rivalry. And there are two individuals who find themselves caught in the middle of sibling conflicts among their children. They discuss this impact of this disputes on their marriage and how they strive to maintain harmony at home. So basically, this is between two siblings, I guess, and they having conflict in the house, and they're trying to discuss the impact of how the impact this is happening on their marriages and how they could maintain peace, I guess. What do y'all think about that?
Okay.
So sometimes it's speaking to like when you have two siblings fighting in a household, and then how it comes between the parents. Is that what?
Yeah. Well, it's just between the siblings, between both of them.
Specifically.
Yeah. So what are ways we could?
Like do something about it.
Yeah.
As a
Yes.
parent,
Yeah, as a parent.
I feel like,
But this has happened with the siblings.
So like, depending on their age, especially, like if they're a little older, let them handle it themselves first. See like how they like if they're like of age, like teenagers, and they're having a childish fight, don't get in between them.
Yeah.
Let them handle that themselves. But when they're like little kids and like A slaps B, you can just be like, hey, don't do stuff like that.
nah.
I don't think so. Agree to that. I don't think so. Agree to that. I feel like as a parent, you should like intervene, and because you don't want it to get to a point that it gets out of hand. Whether that is if they're like really young or if they're older. I feel like as a parent, you should always be able to intervene and just try to see what's going on. Because a lot of time they can really be like arguing over something unnecessary and they don't see that. But if you can see it and explain it to them and talk it out to them, y'all would just solve the issue right there and there.
I ain't gonna lie. The way I was raised, my mom used always be like, "Don't never fight your brother or your sister." You know what I'm saying? Always fight somebody that's outside the household. And my stepdad used to always be like, "The people in your household is the people that you take care of the most. The people that's gonna have your back and that you supposed to have. So never take out any anger. You know what I'm saying? Don't never. You know what I'm saying? Implement any harm against them because that's your number one. That's your number one. Y'all raised in the same household. Y'all live together. Y'all eat off the same plates. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So never take your anger out on them. You know what I'm saying? And don't do it against other people just because you can't do it to your siblings. But also like don't do that. You know what I mean? So that's how I look at it. Like I always been like that though.
What do you think about this, Noe?
It's a little harder for me to speak on it, mainly because I don't know. I feel like this kind of like a parent situation where I don't know. I feel like kids again should kind of resolve their issues on their own, especially at teenage age. And then on top of that too, what are y'all really arguing about for your parents to really take it that serious? Unless it's like, all right, it's getting physical, it's getting verbally abusive type of, and of course, then I could see the trouble where one parent might side with one child scenario or one child's side or one parent might side with the other, and that can create that conflict. But really, what's something serious that y'all could be even arguing about?
And I feel like sibling arguments or something like it teaches you how to handle specific things when it becomes not your sibling. So like if a parent is always intervening like at like a specific age, if they're always like, oh, don't do this, your brother, but then I think when they get older, are you going to be there for them?
Right.
So like you have to let them learn on their own how to work certain things out.
Okay, makes sense. What about you?
I don't have no
Junior?
output on this. I don't. I basically agree with Jasmine. Handling it yourself. Yeah, that's pretty much all I had to say. Anybody else have anything to add before we move on to the next scenario?
Nah.
Okay, the next one would be grandparents' influence, and we have a name. I'm gonna make up a name, and this is Jane's parent often offer unselected parenting advice, causing tension in her relationship with Michael. They reflect on the challenge of balancing the expectation of extended family with their own parenting choices. So basically, I think this is asking our grandparents. I advise in a relationship. Like, how does that harm or how does that harm the relationship, or I guess helps it?
Okay.
Okay.
Can you?
So
Sorry.
overall, like
Grandparents?
sometimes
Grandparents.
Wait,
overall,
can you-
there's situations where you know your parents might be parenting you, right? And then they're hearing from your grandparents on how to handle certain situations with you. Would it make you feel a what type of way, even as a child, or if you were a parent? Would you want to hear that outside perspective, or do you want them to sort of have that freedom or influence on you and how you parent?
Nah.
No.
I feel like it's okay. Like, especially like if it's my mom telling me, oh, like I think what you did wasn't right at that time. Even though that's not her kid, but like I can still like take her perspective and see like where I went wrong, because criticism is important, because you can't raise a kid super strict. They might hate you. So like if you're like too strict, then your mom be like, oh, back up a little bit on her or him, then it's a good thing to like listen.
You're talking about the grandparents. You said it's a
He
good-
said that like the grandparents telling like
yeah,
me.
yeah, the parents.
Yeah.
What do you think about that, Ray?
Oh, I ain't gonna lie. Mind your business. You feel me? Because I like at a certain extent, you raised me, so your job is done. You know what I'm saying? So whatever I do, because the way you raised me was different from what you trying to tell me. You ain't gonna tell me raise my kids like a certain way when you didn't raise me that way. You know what I'm saying? You raised me a whole different type way. And then now you coming in like, okay, do this. No, you ain't do that with me. So why would I listen to you to do that with them? That's different.
You got a point. You got a point.
With stuff like that, don't you think like your mom or dad like realize where they went wrong, and they probably see you making that same mistake, and they don't want you? So would you not take that advice either?
But some don't though.
Yeah, no, we gonna have to go a different route. You know what I'm saying? Because whatever they told me as a kid, like growing up, I was doing wrong, and they doing the same thing. I didn't listen to it, so we gonna, you know what I'm saying? Now we finna go a different route, because since I didn't listen to it, I gotta try something different with you, because I know you my child. You're not gonna listen to what I was told and privy to. So I gotta come. I gotta come at you different.
That makes sense. Yeah, that's a good way to go about it.
Yeah, and for me, it's like I wouldn't say that I would take the advice, but I'll be open to listen. But how I go about it should be on me, not regarding to what they said. That's really my perspective on that.
Okay.
Did you go, Malik?
In terms of like which side I'd be on with this, I feel like, I don't know, old lessons kind of are the ones that still carry us. So I can see where I would kind of want that older perspective, that because they kind of see it from where they've already parented a child up to adult age. Now they see their kids parenting their kids or their grandchild. I feel like you can't discount or you can't disregard the grandparents. You can't disregard, of course. We can break from tradition. We can break from different norms. Of course, as we continue through time, we're evolving as society and different norms and all, but you still need that old perspective where, this is somebody that maybe doesn't even have a side, and, because they're looking at it as both your child and your grandchild. They might be looking at it as both their child. So, they don't want to pick between the two. And I feel like grandparents' influence is important, you can't. Yeah. It adds to support.
I definitely
For what they do.
I kind of agree with Ray's perspective on this, because, like he said, you can't really teach your kids the same thing your grandparents were trying to teach you not to do. You got to go another way about it. So. Yeah, like he said, mind your business.
So, like, can I ask you guys a question?
Really?
So,
but like not in a disrespectful way.
No,
mind your
I know
business,
for sure.
yeah.
So, like, let's say you're doing something that, like, your mom, like you might have done it a different way, but your mom realized it's kind of the same concept, but the way like both of you guys went about it was wrong, and she wants you to fix it so you don't like continue that. So you won't take your mom's opinion on
No,
it.
I will fix it, but my way of fixing it.
No, I'm not saying like she's telling you a specific way. She'd be like, oh, I think maybe like when you did this was a little too harsh on him or her.
That's crazy. Nah, the I think is crazy because that's really telling me like I don't like the way you did that. You know what I'm saying? You did that totally wrong. Like,
But maybe you was wrong though.
So like, what if you were like you don't think you could ever be in the wrong?
Yeah, most definitely. I believe, but like I believe I could be in the wrong. Yeah. And but a lot of times, and if I'm lying, I'm flying. And the last time I tell you, I ain't got no wings. A grandparent, 9 times out of 10, think that what the parents what their child is doing to their child is too harsh because it's like, oh, now I'm looking at it from the outside in. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah.
Ooh, I did that to you. That's a little. Ooh,
that's also
I shouldn't have
true.
did that. I'm sorry. That's, you know what I mean. Now switch that up. I'm like, nah, you did that to me. So what's happening?
It's like they getting their second chance.
Yeah. So like, if you keep like, if you're kind of doing the same thing, then aren't you just repeating the cycle?
No, listen. I didn't mean to say the same thing. You know what I'm saying? But like at the, no. no.
And also for me, it's like you should be able to think for yourself.
Yeah.
You know, as a parent, not every problems, you know, you should always listen to, you know, your parents regarding to how you should go about your kid.
I would like disagree with that. Like, yeah, you shouldn't always listen, but like, if my mom's had a kid before I did, so she's like, she knows stuff about them that I don't. I'm just now learning. So like, it would, in my best interest, if my mom said something, I would take it into account. Like the next time I'm disciplining the kid, or the next time I'm doing certain things.
Okay, so let's say, what scenarios are there? Have you guys had that experience of maybe your grandparents? If any of you guys had your grandparents in your lives growing up, were there situations where maybe you heard your grandparents speaking with your parents about you? You know those conversations where the topic is about you overhear. Have there been situations where you heard something that you didn't like? Or maybe...
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if the FBI watching. Don't get my mom's, you know what I'm saying? But I remember like one time I was getting beat, you feel me?
Yeah.
I was getting a cool little weapon though, but my grandma was like, nah, don't whoop him like that. That's not okay just because of this, he's growing up. And my mom was like, how you gonna tell me not to whoop him when you whooped us? Right. And it was just like, and I was just sitting there like, wait, no, neither one of y'all. Stop. You know what I'm saying? Like, whoa, pause. Like, I get it. You know what I'm saying? Like, but I appreciate my grandma for hopping in in that situation because to me, honestly, as a kid, I didn't think this situation was that that die hard to get a weapon for. You know what I'm saying? But my mom felt like it was. So, but I learned my lesson though. I did learn my lesson. But my mom didn't listen to my grandma, so it was like same thing.
That's
I
interesting.
want to know what you did to get whooped.
That's interesting.
Malik, you look like something.
So I mean that means you do need the grandparent influence.
I mean, my mom didn't listen though.
But
she
then,
just kept going.
you know, I do agree with that, but also sometimes it'd be like, then how come you didn't do that to me? Yeah. You know what I'm saying? I kind of get what he's trying to say though.
But you're an adult now. Like,
Back then, that's not how it was. You know, like you was doing.
So like, how did you? So like, when they were doing that, how did you feel?
Okay, I didn't feel good about it.
So I repeat it.
I won't say that I'm gonna whoop my
old
kids.
habits die hard, I guess.
But it's just
whatever
like,
that saying is.
I see where sometimes it's.
Yeah.
I see what you're saying.
It's like, come on.
Right. Be for real. All right.
Okay, we'll be moving on to the next scenario, which is date nights and division.
I believe
we ain't go through that yet. I don't think.
All right. We're listening.
The date situation.
Huh? No, I don't think we did. Oh, it was something with the dinner though.
The
anniversary dinner.
Okay, got you.
But we have two individuals who prioritize regular date nights to keep the romance alive. They discuss how these evenings strand their connections amid the demands of parenthood. So it's basically like we was talking about earlier, but it's with both of them.
Okay.
What you mean?
Like they're trying to figure out a way to keep the romance alive and have connections, even being a parent.
Okay.
Even like the difficulties or complications of being a parent. I mean, it's like I think we already answered it, but
yeah,
y'all
let's go
can
back to what we mentioned about like choosing between the dinner and then your child's events.
Yeah, but this is between both of them being a parent.
How do they like keep a balance? Is that what
Yeah,
you're
Like
asking?
what do they
Keep a
do?
balance
Regular
with being a parent.
dates.
I feel like in a healthy relationship, you would like have a communication. So like if like back to my example a while
Yeah,
back,
we can go over
if
brief.
he is if he gets up at 6 and I get up at 5, I'm gonna wait for him. Or like not even that. So like let's say he has work at 7, so he wakes up at 6. I have work at 8, so I can wake up like after he leaves. I would obviously wake up earlier so I can be in that part of the morning routine if I don't see him at the end of the day. So like if I'm working a 12-hour shift and I know when I get home he's sleeping or he's gone, I'm gonna wake up a little extra to like have that small cute little second with him.
That's excellent.
I'm asleep, bro.
I'm good.
Wake up extra early is crazy.
No, but like you want to bounce or not? Like do you want to spend time with him?
Yeah.
Or
But
not?
it's just like
I mean, I be saying that. I be saying on the TikToks. And
Yeah, like it's like I see it a lot on TikToks. Like if like these two couples are both nurses, so like when he leaves, he makes time for her. Like if it's 30 minutes, then it's 30 minutes. That's all they got because he works days, she works nights. So they make a little cute little 30 minutes to themselves each day.
That's called being a responsible adult too in a relationship. So
How you feel about that, Glue?
yeah, go.
Yeah.
huh?
How do you feel about that?
How you feel about this topic about being
Get
able
your
to
own
regulate dinner?
Yeah.
You said you'd be asleep.
Yeah, you said you sleep.
All right, that's honest.
Yeah.
So
I'm speechless.
So you wouldn't be able to keep the romance alive by going on dates.
Wow.
No, I will go
That's-
on dates. It's just what she said. Like, like
You have to
in order
adjust.
for us to hang, like, being able to see each other, you have to wake up extra early.
Yeah.
There are
That's
those
a struggle
situations. Those
for
are the
me.
challenges. It speaks
But
to
like,
the
yeah,
challenge.
that's like, what if that's the way it is? So
Yeah.
like, let's say he works a 9 to 5 and you work a 12,
Yeah.
and you come off work at like, if you go in at 7, you come off. That's not you 7. Let's say you go in at 11. So that means by the time you come home, it's 11 p.m., almost 12.
Yeah.
You don't see him that day, do you?
At all.
So
might
like, are you
wanna
just
wake up
gonna
a
like,
little
oh, it is what it
Yeah.
is. Like I didn't seem so be it.
Because you can always go back to sleep.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can sleep any
But
day.
then, is that like, do we work every day? Because there are going to be like, weekends,
Weekends are for the kids though.
Again, that's back to
you can always balance
It
it.
kind of depends on like
Exactly.
everybody's schedule
Yeah.
for real.
Yeah.
Because
and
like,
that elevation through
Yeah.
career where things are you're gonna feel life more with more things, more life, more events, all that. So
Mm,
you gotta keep the balance.
What do you think
Yeah.
about that, Ray?
Do the date nights, you feel me? Do the
Yeah.
date nights, do the things you gotta do, you know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Always implement the kids, you know what I'm saying? Even if the kids is implemented into the date nights, you know what I'm saying? Have a family night, you know what I'm saying? Turn the date night into a family night, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, I believe it's possible to have date nights and still be like, you know what I'm saying? I mean, yeah.
If
Keep everything cordial. You feel me?
I was gonna say like, if even like waking up is too much for you, like you guys can try to find like do a date once a month,
Yeah.
or like do something like small that you can still
Different
have that
things.
intimate time
Yeah.
between each other. And like what he was saying, like if you have kids at that time, add them to it, because even though they might be annoying, you guys still get to see like, oh, like look at my kids, like this is what we made together.
yeah. But
Okay.
like, again, like, I'm not disagreeing with you guys,
Yeah,
I
we
do
hear you.
agree with y'all. But it's just like, at the end of the day, not what you think works best for you work best for me, So for me, yeah.
Yeah.
She told me, yeah. How you feel?
Okay, so if you'd like me to, let me throw a complete different scenario at you guys. Let's remove kids, right?
Okay.
Let's say, you've lived life, you grew up, kids are out of college or away to college. Now
It's a long ass time.
you're kid free. You're in a household without children, no noise.
That
How-
would be nice.
Now you have to rediscover your love. You have to
other, yeah.
But that
rediscover
wouldn't be
each other.
hard.
Really?
That
I feel
that wouldn't be
I
hard.
mean, y'all gonna be like
Okay.
60.
I feel like that would be hard though. Like you're so
Yeah.
used to having like XYZ all up in that space, and like now
Exactly.
it's like back to like when we first started.
Man,
Like I have to
yeah.
like not relearn you, but like kind of learn you without
Yeah.
kids again.
So, for example, let's say kids, you raise them 18 years, going off to college. Now that's another 4 years at 22 years. 22 years with noise, children, school events, different things, you know.
Just life.
Kinda
Now
back
you're
to the
back
basics.
yeah, exactly. Like she said,
Yeah.
back to the basics now.
Yeah.
So how do you saying it's easy to come back and rediscover each other?
Yeah, to me, I'll say it'll definitely be easy because it's just kind of like you will have more time to even, you know what I'm saying, to even do more things together and reconnect, you know? So for me, I would definitely say that would be easy.
Really? Okay.
Yeah.
Do you guys think it would be easy to
Reconnect.
yeah.
How you feel about that, Joe?
I think that's gonna be easy too, cause like
Yeah.
going back to Jasmine said, it's like going back to how when y'all met without kids, and like I don't know, it's just less things are in the way, less discomforts are in the way, less complications are in the way. Like I'm not saying the kids are complications, but like when you have,
are.
yeah, they can be if they're not listening and stuff. But yeah, I just think it'll be easy. I think that.
So y'all saying here telling me y'all willing to wait till y'all 50 years old, bro, to then you know what I'm saying, try to
You don't
reunite.
have
No,
to
that's not what he's
wait.
saying though. He's saying like after you have kids, like now everything's changed. Because like you change your life to be with someone, and then you change your life again to be with someone and kids, and now you're changing your life the third time to like after all of that. Like that's what he's trying to ask.
Yo, you don't just want to chill? It's like,
I want to say that's a change though. It's like
Yeah.
I want to say it's a change going back to when you didn't have kids after college.
Yeah.
After they go to college, I just think like that's you adjusting to how, or just you just flowing into how life was before kids. I don't think it's a change. It might be.
It might be like, since it's an adjustment to me, then it's a change. The fact you use the word adjustment, because now like you're adjusting to something new.
Yeah.
So like for me, I would say like it won't be a walk in the park because like now everything's changed. I don't look the same when I was 20 when you first met me. Obviously,
That doesn't mean anything when it comes to love.
that's
Though.
what I'm saying. It matters, but like now like a lot of things has changed physically, like emotionally. We've argued so many things about kids. Like so now it's kind of like learning each other. It's not learning, but it's like kind of learning each other all over again. To, like after everything that you've been through.
Okay.
that's there.
But y'all grown during that change though. So like.
Yeah. So you've obviously like grown and changed mindsets. That's what I'm trying to like kind of say.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
What do you think, Ray? Because you ain't go ahead.
I mean, that's cool. I think that's. You know, I mean, I get it now. But you know,
Yeah.
from that aspect, because I was thinking about like, you know, everybody being old as dirt, but then you think about it like you're not really old when they go to college, because once they leave out of college and they get their own spot, you know what I'm saying, you got that time to yourself now. So, I get it.
It depends how early you get kids too. They not gonna be late. If you're not gonna be that old if they go to college when you're like, I don't even know what age, 40. If they go to college when you're 40, that would make sense.
But then,
or if you even have them at an early age, it doesn't matter regardless. You're still gonna be your 30s.
but Junior, it's not only that though. It also depends how many kids you're gonna have.
I don't know. But,
The time spent is crazy.
I don't know. But if anybody got any last final thoughts, we can move on to the next scenario. No?
Nah.
Okay. The next one will be teenage independence. As their child entered their teenage years, these two individuals face the challenge of letting go and allowing their kids to make more decisions. They share their experience of navigating this transition together. What do y'all think about that?
So
It's basically saying there's two parents, there's two individuals, they're facing challenge of letting their kid go. Basically, we'll say college because I guess all of us are in college right now. So basically, the two parents are having difficulties in letting their kid go and make decisions on their own. They're still trying to be involved in their life.
Back to that emptiness.
Yeah, like
Wait.
I guess this.
So it's like okay. So is it like the question letting them go?
Yeah, they're having
not.
problems letting
The
them go
situation where like
and make their own decisions.
you have your freedom now. You know.
Yeah.
You might
So
be
as a
teenage,
parent, if
young
we're willing to
adult,
let them go or not?
Yeah, there's
that
two.
balance of it. Yeah.
I feel like you should trust in the way you raise your child and the lessons that you've taught them. that you should be able to let them go. But if they slip up, that's when you can intervene. But don't intervene so quickly that they always have to lean back on you. You've taught them for 18 years for how to do right from wrong. So at that point, it's kind of like their mini test. Now that they're by themselves, how can they handle this by themselves? Because at the end of the day, we're going to die one day. They're going to live by themselves. They need to learn how to be by themselves and do things on their own.
Yeah.
So if you like, let me ask you, what about the situation where there's one parent that wants to hold on to the child and being overbearing, continuing that, and there's another parent that's cool, that, all right, you know, whatever you want to do, now that you're old enough, you have your common sense. How do you, which parent gets their way in that situation?
So at that point, it would honestly be like the kid. So like if you're overwhelming, we're 20, we're going to speak like, dude, relax. Like you don't have to call me every day. You don't have to, like, I can update you once a week. That's what me and my mom have. Once a week I call her. We have a conversation. Cool. She doesn't have to call me every day. She doesn't have to call, like, but there's some people who do that. Though. So as the kid should honestly speak up, be like, yo, like, we can pick a day for us to talk, but it doesn't have to be every day. Okay.
That's fair.
I agree with that.
Well, for me, I'll let them go. Especially if that's their choice, because again, you can't really restrict your kids or not allowing them to do what they want to do, because if you do, they're just gonna go about it. And I'll rather for them to, you know, leave in good terms than for them to just leave on their own term, you know, and them not being prepared. What I would do as a parent is I would prepare them and help them and be there for them.
Okay. Would you challenge your spouse if they didn't want to?
I would definitely sit down and talk to them and kind of like have him understand where they're coming from.
Yeah.
You know, because I feel like a lot of time as a parent, they don't always look at what their kids are coming from. For them, it's just more about what they think and what they think will be best. Because a lot of kids, they want to, you know, be there out there on their own to think for themselves instead of just being home.
Okay.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
And then I feel like if your spouse is like very still overbearing, you can like kind of talk to them and be like, we've raised them perfectly fine. Okay. They're living this life perfectly fine. If they need us, that's when they'll fall on us. But if they don't need us, we should let them go. Like not let them go, but let them learn themselves without mommy and daddy all the time.
Yeah. And also kind of wanted to add into that, it's kind of like, if you did a really good job raising your kids, they might not even want to leave. You know what I'm saying?
That's fair.
So that's also another thing. So if your kid really want to leave, then there's definitely a problem. Like, you know what I'm saying? Especially if they're in a rush to leave, it's because there's something wrong that y'all do to really make a kid want to be far from y'all. You know, because I'm not going to lie.
If they don't want to leave, isn't that a problem? Like, can't that be a problem?
It depends on what age, though.
Yeah, we're not speaking to couch potato or nothing like that.
What do you mean?
Like, we're not speaking to like couch potato kids or like, you know, for like scenario of like your kid wanted to be home. Like, no, there's some of us that actually genuinely like being home. You know, you got food.
I understand that, but for me personally, it's like if you're still in college, you ain't gotta go. Like you can literally still stay. But then when you're done with college, common sense, you're gonna get up. Because a lot of time, the reason that the parents will not let you go is because, you know, you're still in college. You get it? Like, you still haven't, like, you know, got that job, if that makes sense. And that's one of the reasons that they wouldn't let you go. But if you have everything figured out, then go ahead.
There's still those parents that want to have control of their kids' lives, though.
Yeah, you see, that's why a lot of kids, they want to live on their own. And that's
true.
I was just saying, like, I think it could be a problem if you two are overly dependent on your parents and like them telling you to stay is not really a good thing. I mean, I'm not talking about like you wanting to stay with them. If they like basically telling you to stay without you having any opinion from the start, I feel like that could be a problem because you're not going to be able to be dependent by yourself in the real world, basically.
Okay.
But to me, it's kind of like, there's nothing wrong with them staying though, because kind of like them staying, they're doing something for themselves. I'll understand if they're staying with you and they ain't doing nothing for themselves.
No, but it's different when you stay with a parent and when you stay with a parent and when you're staying on your own. you don't really see the world how you need to see the world when you stand with your parents.
Because I feel like at a certain,
As in bills and all that. Like
I feel like at a certain age, like you shouldn't be depending on your parents too much.
Exactly. Yeah.
Like you should be able to like, even us now that we're in college or like out of college, we've lived in like places where we had to pay for things. Did you call your mom to ask, "Oh, mommy, can you give me money to buy this?" You did it yourself, didn't you? So you should be at a point in your life. You can't like ask your mom for help, but you shouldn't be like codepending on her. And your parents should be able to like understand like they don't always need me. They have to grow up and be their own individual human being.
So if I could go around just to ask, all right, so you guys would step up as the parent and challenge the other parent, like, yo, we have to let
them
go.
go. Yeah, I will.
Yeah.
I will.
Of course.
Because like you wouldn't want to force someone to do something, or be at a place against their own will.
Yeah.
And that's a
And that's the problem when it comes to
it's a form of growth too. They can grow by you doing that to the other parent. But the next scenario is empty nesters. After the children leave for college, at least two individuals must recover their relationship as a couple.
I believe we reviewed that one.
They reflect on, but okay. The next one will be aging parents. Basically, two parents again old, and with responsibilities of caring. Oh, the two parents have responsibility of caring for their grandparents. And they discuss the emotional and financial strain that can arise in their marriage while providing support to their elderly family members. So basically, the two parents are trying to take care of their grandparents, and they're finding it very difficult to do so.
Yeah,
will be in.
They can come between the parents.
Yeah,
you know.
Go ahead, pull that cord, yeah.
When you have the grandparents,
pull that cord. It's about that time.
That's what you think?
For me?
Yeah.
Like
if it's
causing my pockets to be hurt,
financial and emotional.
Oh, you mean you put?
Like and I'm stressed like mentally. I'm not gonna nurse home. You know what I'm saying?
Like,
you're not gonna take care of them.
I mean, I would, but once it becomes too much, I would hire somebody to do that. For me.
To do that, not pull the cord. Though.
The cord is crazy.
In the African household, especially like. I know, like in the Ghanaian community, I don't know about everybody
else. We don't
else.
put them in nursing homes.
Yeah, we put them in our houses. Like they live with us, and I understand that can cause like sometimes like if it's like my mom and my husband conflict, that would cause me to be the middleman. So I understand like that can be a conflict, but like you and your husband or you and your wife, prior to them coming, you guys can be like, oh, if like your mom like makes me upset. Like how we would discuss it without her hearing us. So if it's not going to the car or taking a walk to talk about it, then that works. Do what works best for you and your husband, because at the end of the day, that's your man or your girl.
How many walks you gonna take though?
Facts. I
said, how many walks you gonna take though?
I mean, like if it's like your mom, right, and she's having a problem with me, you can talk to your mom and be like, oh, I don't appreciate, because I can't talk to her like that.
Yeah.
But you can, because that's your mom, not my mom. Yeah. So you can talk to her, be like, I don't appreciate when you talk to my wife this way, or when you say this to my wife. And then if your mom doesn't listen to that, maybe go to a different sibling's house.
Yeah, I was actually about to say that.
I had a question from Instagram.
Let's hear it.
So Neon Will, he said, how would y'all handle the situation if a parent wants to take care of their parent, but the other spouse wants them to put them in a nursing home? How would y'all handle it?
If the other,
do you want me to repeat it?
No, I was gonna say I heard it.
Should I repeat? Let me repeat it so everyone can hear it. So, our friend Will from Instagram, he said, "How would y'all handle the situation if your parent wants to take care of their parent, but the other spouse wants them to put them in a nursing home? How would you handle it?"
I mean, that would be an ongoing debate. I mean, every day, like you're not gonna put my people's in no nursing home because you don't want to deal with them. Like that's not your problem. That's my problem. So now I gotta figure it out. I gotta figure it out. But I don't. You can't make that executive decision. Either you know what I'm saying, you can go somewhere for a little bit until they, you know what I'm saying, or because this is like for instance, my mom. I'm not gonna let you. I'm not gonna let you put my mom's in a nursing home. That's crazy, or anything like that. So
But what if it was the other way around? What if it was you saying that you don't want her parents
in the
In
house.
your
I feel
house.
like that's loss of respect right there. Like
What do
there's
you
not
mean?
I would try to put up with that.
you're not showing any respect to your significant other's parents. Or
Hey, some of these
But then
in-laws
can I
be
say
crazy,
something?
yo.
But can I say
For real.
something? What if your spouse, right? They don't get along with your parents or one of your
it doesn't
parents.
matter if y'all in that
It kind of
relationship.
does matter. It
No,
matters.
it doesn't. If y'all in that
It matters a lot.
relationship,
It
y'all,
matters a lot, exactly, because y'all gonna be struggling at your own house.
I understand that, but like y'all chose to be in that relationship. You should be.
But you chose to be in that relationship not with your parents.
I understand that, and I understand that, and I understand parents don't like sometimes what type of boyfriend you bring to the home. But like, if you love that person, they can't really tell you what to do. You agree? If you love that person, your parents can't really tell you not to marry that person, right? You agree?
Which
You
side
think
do
your parents can? You think your parents can?
Cannot tell you to marry that
Yeah,
person.
like if you love that person though, not if you just like him, you're just dating them. If they find
so
that,
what would you do? Would you listen to your parents?
no, because I'm not marrying my parents.
Yeah.
Okay then.
But that's what I'm saying. Back to what we was
So
talking
then
about.
she's saying that would you want your significant other's parents in your home?
Yeah, knowing that your parents don't approve of
So
the
they
woman
have-
that you have.
That's fine.
You-
They could deal with it.
That is not fine because that especially like they will turn her life into a living. You know,
When you see that,
Living
that's when,
hell.
yeah. When you see
Like-
that coming, that's when you have conversations about it. And if you have conversations with your parents too about it, not just your wife or your husband.
But we're saying the situation is here
yeah.
right now. Let's say one parent, your spouse's parent, one of them is sick or one of them might be ill or maybe they need assistance, whatever. So you're saying that in all scenarios, you're okay with the parent has to be in the home instead of hospital. Maybe they have home
I mean,
care
that's
time.
just because of how I was raised though.
Yeah.
Like I'm not gonna put them in no nursing home. It doesn't matter if they're my parents or her parents.
So like to
Really?
disagree,
Yeah.
not to disagree, but like to kind of conflict your thoughts. So for me, like it kind of depends. So like, why do you want him or her in a nursing home?
Yeah.
Is it because she's like medical, like why she needs to be there, or like would it be too? So like, let's say your grandma is like has dementia. Who's gonna always be there to watch her? Obviously, at that point, then you'll either get a home help aide or put her in a home because someone has to be watching her 24/7, right or wrong. But if it's just because you don't like the person, then I realize maybe like you might have been the wrong person.
Exactly.
But me and you can talk. I can talk to my mom about it.
Exactly. Talking to your mom and a significant other. That's what I was going with. But
So
I ain't going for it.
You're not,
Nah, I'm not going for that.
even if it was your own parents.
Like I'm not like agreeing to the fact that anybody should go to no nursing home. But once you start, intruding into somebody else's stuff, because you had the time.
Yeah.
You had the time. You walked the earth. You did what you did. You had your relationships. You know what I'm saying? I mean, not
Why you
I'm not,
took it like that?
yeah, not saying I'm going to like hurt them or something like that, but just saying like you did what you had to do. You know what I'm saying? I will take care of you to a certain extent, but once I feel like you disrespecting me or my other person, you gotta go. You know what I'm saying? And that's for anybody. You know what I'm saying? Because you can't stay. I can't just make an exception for you.
those people brought you to the world though.
I mean, ain't no exceptions for nobody, bro. Because
Hey,
those-
that's
I
real.
see
I'm
what
be
you're
real.
trying to
If they're
say.
making
For
your
real.
significant's life a living hell,
Yeah,
then you should
that's
not
not
be in my
right.
house.
It
So
shouldn't-
this is
Literally,
our
that's
house.
what
It
I'm
shouldn't get to that level though.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But he's saying like, what if it got to
Yeah,
that
what if it
level?
got
It's
to that
there.
It's
level?
not gonna get to that level.
It's at that level right now.
It's not gonna get to that level.
That's crazy.
But I mean,
Nah, you see, that's what I've been saying this whole time because if it's that way, then nah.
but I wouldn't let it get to that level. That's
All
what I
right,
was
so
saying.
how
That-
about this?
but then you can
Let's
control
throw,
that.
Let me throw this scenario. at you.
I can.
You cannot.
I mean, you're right.
Because like let's say if your parents don't like me, you can't control that. Like whatever it is that they're gonna do to me, like
They're not gonna do anything because it's not gonna get to that
All
level.
right, let me give you a real world scenario.
you're not
then.
gonna be in the house
Real
24/7.
world scenario. Real world scenario then.
Yeah.
All right, let's say you've got one parent that has health issues. You got to run them to appointments back and forth. You're that. It's my parent, so of course I'm gonna be the one to go carry them to appointment back and forth. Maybe if I need your help, cool. But what if you run into a situation where, all these appointments, your significant other is gonna get sick and tired of it at a certain point. Would it conflicting with what you got to do, whether it's kids' events or whether it's prioritizing your relationship? Again, what are you gonna do? How you gonna handle that?
It will interfere with the kids' event, but that's still your parent. Like I don't know what other way to put it as.
So if it comes to separation, you will separate over your parents.
Separation, it's not gonna get to the level because it's not gonna be somebody I love. Like if they shouldn't be able to just
you have
press
two
the
people
button.
that you
You
love
can't
pitted
control
against
that.
each other.
I'm not. That's what I'm saying though.
Yeah.
Like
So like, let's say hypothetically, right?
Mm-hmm.
Your mom needs all this like medical attention 24/7,
Yeah.
7 days a week. You're gonna sit there 24/7, 7
but
days
you
a
got to
week.
be realistic with your question though. It can't be 24/7.
No, that's like a real world. Like
yeah.
that's actual thing. So like people in the hospital when they come home and they're like they can't like they're a vegetable, for example.
Mm-hmm.
No disrespect, my bad.
They're gonna be in the
But-
hospital then. That's not. I'm not licensed to be able to do that.
No,
That's
but like let's
That's
say
the
you
trick
can't
where
like you
they're
can
at
bring them
home.
home,
Yeah.
but you just have to clean one like a baby. You have to clean them up,
Oh,
feed them, all
yeah.
that stuff. So you would do that too.
No, but I can't be able to do that because I can't provide
answer
for
the question.
myself.
So then, hey, that was the yes.
But yeah,
Answer the
but
question.
I did. I can't. I won't be able to. I won't be able to do that.
So you won't
what
put
would
them
you
in a
do?
home,
Yeah.
or so you won't get a home
I
aid or
just.
nothing.
I put them in a hospital. I have somebody look out for them.
It's not
And
the
I-
nursing home
then,
thing.
yeah.
I guess.
So that speaks back to
I have somebody. I have
Took you
somebody-
long enough.
I have somebody in a like a home aid, basically, or what you were saying. But
Yeah.
that would be
Okay.
the nursery home would be my last resort. Like it's not.
Okay,
Okay, that's
yeah,
fair.
it's your last resort.
Okay.
Fair. That's fair.
Yeah.
What about you, Con? You've been very quiet.
With me?
Yeah.
About what this?
Yeah.
Nah, I ain't. Nah, I said what I said. Like, if it get to the point where I just like, bro, I'm not taking it anywhere. I'm not gonna let nobody else take it. Like, you interrupting my flow of my household because this is not your household no more. I'm saying you just not finna come in here and be
Yeah.
like, hey, this is how I want things. I don't like her. She gotta go. I'm like, no, you can't do that. You know what I'm saying? The kids say get on my nerves. Well, you here at my house. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
These are my kids. This is my environment. You know what I'm saying? You intruding.
Yeah.
So, you know, you got to go respectfully, disrespectfully.
feel
You got
you.
to go. You can't be in them. You feel me? But yeah, that's all for me.
Yeah, I feel you.
Okay.
Oh, is that one?
I don't know. I feel like I agree. I agree with my boy Raquan. At a certain point, it's like you got to put your relationship first, and your parents. Hey, we're gonna make the hospital, nursing home as comfortable as possible.
Sorry.
If it's necessary, of course, like Junior said, last resort. But if it's comfortable, you got to make the decision that at the end of the day, we're human. We're gonna be selfish. We're gonna have selfish tendencies. We're gonna make selfish decisions at some point. So that's one of them.
Okay. It was a great pleasure to have you guys here. And one more time, if you have anything to say, I could say your last little something before we end the podcast. It was great. It was great for the Wyattsdot production to have me here too. I would like to say that. But if anybody got anything last to say before we close out.
So in most situations, we're putting our spouse ahead of our kids.
Of course.
Yeah. Oh,
Of course.
I'll put my kids first.
Kids, okay.
I'll pick my spouse because
I'll
I
pick
can
my
make more
spouse.
kids.
Spouse.
yeah.
Make more kids is crazy.
I
So what
can-
about the ones you have right now?
You can't make more spouses though.
Yeah.
What about the ones you have right now? So like, if you have kids right now, you're just gonna forget them and make more.
If I had to save one, yeah, I'll just get my
Yeah.
spouse. Nah, if I had to save one,
True.
not like a spouse or a kid, I'm gonna get my spouse. She was there first. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
I mean, she was there
there's
first,
a-
and she's gonna be there last. You feel me?
Exactly. Yeah.
I mean, not
She
like
gonna be
la-
there last. You prove my point.
Nah,
Yeah.
not
No,
last,
but
like,
for real
yeah.
though. But also, like, there's a big difference between saving and choosing.
Yeah.
So, like, for
Choosing,
me,
I
I would choose my spouse.
I still choose
But
and save
save,
my spouse.
I'll save my kids. Simple as that.
Okay.
I
I say like the
guess.
kids are the
Yeah.
future.
What I say in the
man.
beginning of the podcast, bro. Red fish, blue fish, yellow fish. You know what I'm saying? I can find me another. You know what I'm saying?
You can't find another soulmate though.
You
so
really can.
I'm
Not-
a big-
You get 3 in your
yeah, you
lifetime.
really can. Like,
You
come
look
in
on.
your lifetime.
That's something you
bro.
just gonna have to
Can't
accept.
find
I don't know if
another
you
soul-
can find another soulmate. I don't know.
I mean, you
Yeah.
could possibly. It's possible.
But
Fair enough.
it's gonna take you a minute.
You will
Like, do
take
you
it.
really
It's
want
gonna
to like go through that? Like,
be- gonna be 60. Kick
literally,
rocks.
he's still trying to find someone. For
Kick rocks. It's
Anything
slow.
for my kids. It's my legacy. So I want my own.
But then
Yeah.
they're not
my
always.
legacy.
They're like, you end up in a nursing home by yourself.
But at least I did what I had to do. You feel me?
And they'll be enjoying their life.
Exactly.
And like,
that
what?
Point, that point
Nah.
was just making. You
What?
said you're gonna leave your parents in the nursing home, so your kids gonna leave you in the nursing home. But hey, this that not you said your point. You said his point. You said his point.
I said I accept that, bro. Because I'm
Oh.
gonna do. Oh yeah, I'm gonna do what I gotta do to make sure my kids succeed.
They're gonna do the same thing you gotta do to make them
Hey,
succeed.
hey, just send me a couple hundred.
No,
when we
because
get up. You feel me? Like,
think
hey,
about it, right?
Comfortable. Yeah.
Think about it, right? You there for your kids, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then now they're married.
Bruh, got their own
And
kids.
now it comes to they either choose you or their spouse. They will choose their spouse. Like,
Nah,
come
that's
on.
dead crazy. I ain't gonna lie.
So now you know how to parent.
But okay,
I would say it's always my kids. I would always most likely pick my kids first.
cool. And you said
I would go
kids as well.
kids. You know.
Dang, just for the legacy, both of y'all.
Again, children are the future, man.
What was your reason?
Yeah.
My kids,
Yeah.
just how important I am in their lives.
Okay.
So I should always try to be there for them. Try to put them first, or try to at least listen to them out first before so quick to coincide with my spouse. Because a lot of, I'm not even trying to bring this up, but essay situations, a lot of moms don't believe their daughters because their dad can never do something like that. But you should obviously listen to your kid first, and then if that type of situation, you can just observe and watch what's going on. So I would always pick my kids first.
Okay. And that was it for today, guys. It was nice having you guys on here. And the viewers, big thanks to all to Wyatt Production for having us here in the way. And make sure y'all subscribe and follow all the platforms at TikTok, YouTube, and Facebook at WYATTS.production. Thank you.